Ancient times, twin brothers, Jacob and Esau, are born. Their paths diverged from the start. Esau, the older, a skilled hunter. Strong and rugged, he loved the outdoors. Jacob, the younger, preferred home. Quieter, he stayed near the tents. Their personalities were vastly different. More than just temperaments separated them. Esau held the birthright, a special blessing. It was the inheritance for the firstborn son. Jacob coveted this esteemed position. His mother, Rebekah, also favored Jacob. One day, Esau returned from hunting, famished. He was utterly exhausted and starving. Jacob was cooking a pot of lentil stew. The aroma filled the air, tempting Esau. Esau pleaded, "Let me gulp down some of that red stuff." Jacob saw an opportunity for his cunning plan. He proposed a trade, a deceitful bargain. "Sell me your birthright first," Jacob demanded. Esau, driven by immediate hunger, agreed. "What good is a birthright if I'm dying?" he thought. He swore an oath, sealing the deal. Jacob gave him bread and the lentil stew. Esau ate, drank, then rose and went his way. He despised his birthright, valuing it cheaply. This act of deception set a challenging precedent. It highlighted taking shortcuts for gain, prioritizing immediate gratification over blessings. A powerful reminder for us today. Value our spiritual inheritance above all. Resist the urge to compromise our faith. Fleeting desires can lead us astray. True blessings come from God's perfect timing, not from our own manipulative schemes. Jacob's actions had long-term consequences, a lesson in patience and trust. The stew was gone, but the birthright was lost. Esau's regret would come later. Jacob's gain was built on deceit, a moment of weakness, a lifetime of impact. We must guard our spiritual treasures, not trade them for temporary comfort. God's plan is always superior. Our integrity is more valuable than any deal. The story echoes through generations, a warning against impulsivity and greed. Seek lasting blessings, not fleeting pleasures. Consider the cost of instant gratification. Will it truly satisfy our deepest needs, or leave us empty? Like Esau, Jacob's cunning brought him trouble. He would later flee from Esau's wrath. Deception often has a bitter harvest. God desires honesty and integrity from us. He honors those who wait patiently, trusting in His divine provision. Let this ancient tale guide our choices. Choose faith over fleeting desires. Embrace God's perfect, righteous path. Years after the birthright deception, Jacob remained restless. Rebekah, his mother, still favored him deeply. Isaac, their father, was now old and blind. He prepared to give his patriarchal blessing. This blessing was traditionally for Esau, the firstborn. Rebekah devised another cunning plan. She instructed Jacob to impersonate Esau. Jacob hesitated. Fearing discovery, Rebekah insisted, dressing him in Esau's clothes. She covered his smooth hands with goat skins. Jacob brought a savory meal to his blind father. Isaac's senses were confused by the disguise. He felt Jacob's hairy arms, believing it was Esau. Isaac blessed Jacob with the firstborn's blessing. Moments later, Esau returned from hunting. He prepared his own meal for Isaac. Isaac realized the terrible deception. His body trembled with shock and grief. Esau's cry was bitter, a heart-wrenching wail. He pleaded for a blessing, but none remained. Deep hatred festered in Esau's heart. He vowed revenge against his brother Jacob. Rebekah warned Jacob of Esau's murderous intent. Jacob fled his home, a fugitive. He journeyed far, seeking refuge. Years passed, filled with hard labor. Jacob worked for Laban, marrying his daughters. He raised a large family, acquiring wealth. Yet, the guilt of his past deeds lingered. Fear of Esau's wrath never truly left him. God's voice called Jacob to return home. He gathered his family and possessions. Approaching Esau's territory, dread consumed him. Jacob sent messengers with lavish gifts. He hoped to appease his wronged brother. One night, Jacob wrestled with a mysterious figure. It was an angel, a divine encounter. Jacob refused to let go until blessed. His hip was dislocated in the struggle. He received a new name, Israel. This name signified his struggle with God and man. He limped away, forever changed. The moment of truth arrived. Jacob saw Esau approaching with 400 men. He divided his family, preparing for the worst. Jacob bowed 7 times to the ground. Esau ran to meet him, unexpectedly. He embraced Jacob, weeping freely. Forgiveness flowed between the estranged brothers. God's grace had softened Esau's heart. The deep wounds of betrayal began to heal. Jacob's humility paved the way for reconciliation. Their relationship was miraculously restored. This teaches us about God's transformative power. Even after significant mistakes, redemption is possible. Repentance and humility can mend broken bonds. No relationship is beyond God's healing touch. His grace can overcome the deepest wounds. A powerful lesson for modern Christians. Forgiveness leads to true peace.